What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are doing our Week 10 Premier League predictions. And how have you been?
Good, yeah, very good. We're also going to be talking at the end about last week's games, Week 9.
Yeah.
Some shockers there, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was some shockers, definitely.
Man City game, 6-3. What a game. I bet you're loving it at the moment. Aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did say that he was going to be a class player.
You said he was going to flop.
Yeah, well, there you go. There we are.
Look at you now.
So we'll start off, shall we? What do you want to do? Do you want to start off with last week's goals and games and go work through?
Yeah, let's start off with last week's games.
The first one, Arsenal 3, Tottenham 1.
I think in that game, it was 2-1 late on, and Voyal got a red card, didn't he? Emerson got a red card, and it just ruined the London derby a bit. It just ruined it a bit, really, because the fight was really over. The game was kind of ending.
Yes, there was a red card. I don't know who it was, but
Emerson
I'm looking at the
Royale.
stats. Yes. Yeah, well, I mean, I predicted that it was going to be 2-1 to Arsenal, and you predicted 2-2. So I got the score wrong, but the right prediction. So that was 1 point for that was 1 point for me and 0 points for you.
I feel though, if you think of it, do you think Arsenal have a chance at the league this year?
Don't really know. What do you think?
City don't drop many points, and Arsenal might. I think City might have another 100 season. The way things are going.
I apologise. I'm just recalculating this all up here because I put Zach down as having a point for that game, and he didn't because he said it was going to be 2-2.
Oh no!
So he's even less on his points there.
Oh no!
So there we are. So yeah. So Arsenal 3, Tottenham 1. Was it a good game? Did you watch the game, Zach?
Yeah, I did. I watched the highlights actually. I can't remember who scored. I think Kane scored. I'm not too sure though. It was a very good game, and Tottenham need to start doing better if they want to compete this year.
They have spent a lot of money this year, haven't they, to be fair?
Yeah, good signings though.
Are you glad that Arteta stayed? Are you glad that Arsenal kept Arteta in the end? Because he had a bit of a dodgy season
I'm
last
not
year.
glad he stayed. I'm not glad. I want him to stay.
Next game, Liverpool 3, Brighton 3. Bit of a shocker.
Liverpool out title race.
I agree.
I mean, they've dropped 11 points.
Yeah.
Do you see City dropping 11 points?
No, not at all. Not with Haaland up front. I mean, he's just smashing goals in for the sake of smashing goals in. But Liverpool went 2-0 down in that game, didn't they?
I think they had a bit of fight there. And also, it's getting a bit hard for Liverpool now. They've got Champions League games as well. And all this Champions League, they're trying to compete in that and the Premier League. With all their players getting tired because of all injuries and stuff, I don't think it's worth it.
What do you think of all the criticism that Trent Alexander-Arnold's been taking?
I think he's overrated.
You think he's overrated, do you?
I think he's good attacking, but his defence is shocking, terrible.
But I mean, his defence was good last year and the year before when they were going for the treble, and he scored a good free kick there against Rangers in the week.
He did, but it's just it's never going to end when Liverpool in a rough patch. There's going to be one player that they're blaming. Salah ain't performing, but they're not blaming him, are they? They're blaming Trent because he's, I don't know, Champions League final, I think.
I don't consider Van Dijk to have had a good game. And I mean, he hasn't had that great a season, to be fair, is it?
I think from what it's been, expectations really high for Liverpool. They played every single game that they should have, all they could have. Champions League final, I think that got all their morale down and stuff. I also think the fans are now, because of the Champions League final, that howler Trent had, I think they're not going to rate him as highly as he should be. But I think he's overrated, though.
There you are. Well, you predicted it to be 1-0 to Liverpool, so no points for you.
I was generally thinking it was going to be 1-1 before the game.
Well, I predicted 2-1, so 0 points for neither one of us there. So next game, we have Fulham 1, Newcastle 4.
I tell you what.
0 points for you again on this one, Zach, because you predicted 1-1 in this game, and I predicted 2-1. So I get 1 point from that. right? And you get 0 points. That's another
This
one.
isn't going good, is it?
I mean, Fulham have had they've played quite well so far this season.
I tell you what happened, right? Bernard Leno, the keeper that Fulham signed, he had a cracking game. It's just, he's two worldies, and I mean absolutely worldies of a save. One shot that he was never going to stop. Two worldy saves that he pushes onto the post, and then they land to the other team. And I mean, with Fulham, right? Micho came off injured, didn't he?
Yeah.
So had no fight and attack.
Any idea what his injury was? Because, I mean, for him to come off, he's the only guy that's scoring goals for them.
Yeah.
Bit of a concern, really, isn't it?
I don't think it'll be for long, though.
Right, okay. Well, anyway, so 0 points for you, 0 points for me. Moving on to the next game. Southampton 1, Everton 2.
Well, I think this was a competitive game. I didn't watch any of it, really, but I heard that it was quite competitive and quite both-end football.
I predicted 1-1 for that game, so no points for me. You got 2 points back on that one. You predicted the right score, so well done you with your Argyle hat on.
Yeah.
You went and watched Argyle the other day there, didn't you? They're top of the league now, Plymouth Argyle.
Top of league. We beat Wednesday 2-1.
I thought that was a bank holiday, Sheffield Wednesday. Did you know that?
I was getting really annoyed, actually, because they kept on shouting Wednesday and the game was on a Tuesday night.
Was it a good atmosphere down Home Park?
Yeah, it's always a good atmosphere, especially evening games.
Yeah, do you enjoy the evening games?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're having a good run at the minute, Argyle. Top of the league. I don't know how many points you've got, but, you're doing all right, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're doing all right. Anyway, moving on. Crystal Palace. They played Chelsea. Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 2. And you predicted 1-1. So 0 points there for you. I predicted 2-1 to the Chelsea. So that's 2 points in the bag for me.
I know Conor Gallagher scored and I know Vieira got a yellow card. And that's about it, really. It's one of those games.
And the new manager in charge there at Chelsea?
I mean, Crystal Palace away is quite hard to pull off. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, they're a good team. They are a very, very good team. How did you think? Is it Potter, the manager?
Graham Potter.
How do you think that he'll do at Chelsea?
He's going to be magical, isn't he?
Do you think so?
He's going to be magical.
Harry Potter. I had to click on there. It took me a while to work out. Next game, bit of a ball draw. I must admit, I was a little bit disappointed with this one.
I had no clue this game happened.
No, well, apparently Damsgaard, he had a shot on goal right at the beginning of the game. It was pretty much a boring game.
That's a game you got to be winning, though.
It's a boring
you have
game.
To beat Bournemouth.
And Brentford should have got points from that game, from what I heard. We was all over them. And that could be a game that will cost us. We've got the next 4 games are big, big games. And if we lose or don't get many points in the next 4 games, which I can't see us doing, we could be sucked down into that relegation battle. And at this moment in the Premier League, anybody could be in that bottom 3 at the moment.
You never know. Leicester, West Ham and flipping Liverpool can get relegated this year.
Yeah. So you predicted 2-1 Brentford, so 0 points for you. I predicted 1-1, so that was 1 point.
You're
that was 1 point for
in
me.
The points.
Yeah, that was 1 point for me. So well done, Daddy-O, for that one. Next game is West Ham 2, Wolves 0. Now, you predicted 2-1, so you get 1 point, and I predicted 2-2, so I get 0 points. So you claw one back. Was it a good game?
This is another one that I didn't know happened, but big game for West Ham and Wolves sucking into the relegation zone. I mean, they've made some signings. It's just been unlucky that they haven't got the points.
And I mean, that's like all of the teams in the bottom. You just don't know who's going to get sucked in tomorrow, do you? That's the thing.
No.
Next game. Now, this one is one to talk about. It was the Manchester Derby, right? Manchester Derby. And I must admit, right, I've never known a derby, or very, very few games happen where a team scores 2 hat-tricks.
Well, our striker has got a goal bot.
Old Fox.
He's got flip the switch on his head and it makes him go like goal bot mode.
Tell us who scored the goals, Zach, in this game.
Haaland scored 3. Obviously, it was obvious he was going to score a hat-trick. Foden scored 3.
So
he's underrated, Foden.
What happens with whenever somebody scores a hat trick in a game, right? Then he takes the ball home. So what happens when 2 people score a hat trick?
What, paper, scissors?
Well, I think they both took a ball home, but it's not got the same thing.
Same, is it?
But I mean, Man City 6, Man United 3. Mate, I mean, at the beginning of the season, Man United were terrible. They were really, really bad, and they've had some good results recently, but City just ripped them to bits, didn't they?
Yeah, but they scored 3 goals, is what all the United supporters are saying. Against Man City's second team, we had flipping number 97 on from Jamaica or something.
Really?
Probably. Pep started the game with our 2 centre-backs off.
Yeah. More concerning as well for this one is there's been a lot of hoo-ha about Ronaldo not playing in this game.
Casemiro as well.
And a lot of people saying that the manager didn't show him any respect by not bringing him on when they were 4-0 down. What's your view on that?
He's going to change the game 4-0 down with 5th. He's going to change the game, isn't he? 4-0 down at half-time. Ronaldo's going to come on and score 15.
So if you was the manager, would you have brought Ronaldo on?
I would have started Ronaldo.
Yeah, debatable, isn't it? Debatable.
But... And I would have started Casemiro. Can we talk about how on the corner where Haaland scored, you had Christian Eriksen marking Erling Haaland from a corner? Who in their right mind would get Christian Eriksen to mark Erling Haaland? Who in their right mind would do that?
Well, the Man United manager, and it didn't work, did it?
Nope.
Moving swiftly on, Leeds United 0, Aston Villa 0, another ball draw.
I'll tell you what.
Can I just say, switching back to that Man City game, the Man City, we both said that Man City would win that game. I said 3-1, you said 3-1, so we both get a point for that.
Yeah, I did also say on Super 6, 5-1 though.
Still wasn't the right result, was it? Leeds United 0, Aston Villa 0.
Well, I'll tell you what, this was one of them where we had Man City, Man United on beforehand, and then you're getting all pumped because you got Leeds, Aston Villa, another competitive. It was such a bad game.
Was it? Didn't Leeds United have a player sent off?
Yeah, they did. I don't know who it was, but it was so boring.
Was it?
It's gone from City United 9-goal derby match to a 0-0 boring football game. And
we go on as well about Brentford should have beaten Bournemouth. That's a game there that you would say both teams wanted to win that.
Yeah, they had to get points, especially Gerrard.
So you said that was going to be 1-1. I said it was going to be 1-1. It wasn't the correct score, but it was the correct result. So 1 point each for us on that one. Last game, Leicester City versus Nottingham Forest.
Where the hell has this come from? I'll tell you what, Leicester's you're winding him up all season. You're winding the thing up and the toy's just gone. Now they're back. I don't know what's happened. And Forest have gone from flipping.
Well, I mean, we said, didn't we?
This season is weird, man.
We said that we thought that Bournemouth, Forest and Fulham were going to go down, didn't we?
I didn't say Forest would go down, actually.
Did you not? Well, anyway, they're slipping a little bit and losing 4-0 to City. City are rock bottom. Until that game, they only had 1 point. They've now got 4 points, so they're moving slowly up, and Forest are going slowly down. They're not going in the right direction for a team that's spent a lot of money this year.
No, but that isn't good, is it?
So rounding up week 9, then I calculated that you picked up 5 points, and I picked it up 7 points.
Oh.
So I have now gained a few more points from you, right? You are now on 39 points as a total in the league, and I am on 45. So Stato might not be doing as well as what he thought he was going to do, because Daddy-O is taking the lead. So this week,
I had a lead as well.
You did have a lead as well.
It's because I'm too good.
We're going to go into week 10 now. It is week 10 this week. We're going to quickly go through the scores here now. What we're going to predict for week 10. The first game is Newcastle versus Brentford. What do you reckon for that, my boy?
Yeah. 2-2. I've gone Brentford 2, Newcastle 2, because I just think it's going to be a good game. I just think they're going to break through the defence quite easily, St. Maximan will. I think Tony will get on the end of something late on. So I think it's going to be a good game and a nice one to watch if it's on Sky Sports.
I reckon it's going to be 3-0 to Newcastle. Now, I hate picking against my team, but I mean, we didn't do that well against Bournemouth. Apparently, Newcastle's got three good players
That
coming
is a howler.
back. And I just think going away to Newcastle, I think that I think the next 4 or 5 games Brentford are going to have that bad part of the season.
You can go out there.
I would love to go out there.
The door's over there.
I hope that I am wrong, but I've just got to. We was going on, weren't we, about gut feelings and going along with your gut feelings. And soon as I saw this fixture away to Newcastle, the first thing that came to my head was 3-0. And I hope, for God's sake, it isn't. But that's what I'm going to put down.
Brentford are going to get battered.
Bournemouth versus Leicester City. What have you put down for that one?
Leicester City are going to batter them 4-1. I think Bournemouth had a good result against Brentford, but I think Leicester City have had a better result. And I think they're just going to run them off the park. I think they're a better team and they're starting to get the flow back.
I think that it's going to be 1-1. I think, to be honest with you, that game.
You're having a howler.
No, I think it's going to be 1-1. And we'll wait and see next week, won't we? See, because, I am running away with the points at the moment. There's a chance for you to catch up.
Yeah, I'll be 20 points ahead of you.
I'm going to go 1-1 for that. Next game, Man City versus Southampton.
Man, I feel sorry for Southampton. Like, things are high. City have just come off the edge of a derby win. They're not going to drop points to Southampton when they have Goalbot machine who's going to score 17 hat tricks.
I think that Man City. So what are you saying the score is going to be? 5-1?
5-1.
I think that Man City have got to slip up some stage. And I think this is going to be the game where Man City get absolutely thumped. So I'm going to say in this game, Southampton 5, Man City 0. I'm only joking. I've put it down here.
I was starting to think you might be like losing your mind.
I've put it down 5-0 to Man City. And I would never normally go that high. But at the moment, anything is possible with Man City. I mean, they're just smashing goals in for the sake of it.
Already 8 goals behind the record for last year's Premier League. So the Golden Boot last year, he's 8 goals off it. And he's got 20-odd games.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
30-odd games to score 8 goals.
Chelsea Wolves at Chelsea. What do you reckon the score is going to be for that one?
Chelsea Wolves, 2-1 Chelsea. I think Chelsea had a slow start and I think Wolves are going to play quite well, but I think in the end of it, Raheem Sterling's going to score. He's good.
I've gone with the same score, 2-1. I think Wolves are slowly slipping down. I really do. Is
Raheem Sterling going to score?
I don't know. And I don't care because I cannot stick the bloke. But I'm going to say Chelsea 2, Wolves 1, like you. Next game, Brighton are at home to the Tottenham. What do you reckon the score is there?
You're going to clip this, but it's going to be 1-0. Because Brighton don't get enough credit at all to what they should be getting. I think Brighton are a really good team. But their manager's gone. And I don't know how that will do them. But this is the game to find out. Can they prove a point against Tottenham, who have just got a loss of the North London derby and have just had a howler against Sporting?
Yeah.
So they're not on form, are they?
I've put Tottenham to win this one 2-1. I just think that Tottenham, like you say, had a bad week last week.
Yeah.
They need to start regrouping and picking points up. And I think as much as I like Brighton, I think at some point in the season they are going to lose some points, and I think this one is the one.
I'll probably finish higher than Liverpool this year. Don't surprise me.
2-1 to Brighton. I'm going on that one. No, sorry, 2-1 to Tottenham.
Yeah.
West Ham versus Fulham. What do you predict the score for that
2-1
one?
2-1 West Ham, because West Ham are gonna kick their foot in. Moyes knows he might get sacked. We probably won't, but they're gonna kick their foot in, and they are going to batter Fulham in every way, but not be able to put the ball in the back of the net because Mikel Antonio isn't good enough up front.
I reckon Bannerama's going to score a goal this week, to be honest with you, against Fulham.
He's probably not even on the bench.
Well, he might come on. I would predict the same score as you, 2-1.
That's because he's the only player you actually know on West Ham.
Granted, you are right, yes. So I'm going to go with you the same score, 2-1 for that one. Crystal Palace versus Leeds. Now, this is going to be a good game.
Yeah. But is it, though? Because Leeds haven't been performing. I'm going 1-0, though, because Crystal Palace, I think they're a good team, but I think they're losing games they should be winning this year. And I know they have had a tough start and I know they've played well, but I think this is just going to be a game where they slip up and Leeds are going to step up.
So I agree with you. I think it's going to be a 1-1 game. We've got quite a few games in this one where we've agreed on the scores, Zach. So we're either going to get no points at all this week, or we're going to have relatively the same sort of points. So 1-1 I've gone with as well. Arsenal are at home to Liverpool.
And they're going to beat them. And they're going to beat them. And they're going to beat them. And no one can say they won't, because although their team might not be as good on paper, they're just better. Liverpool are playing crumpets. They're playing rubbish. So they're just bad.
What's the score going to be then?
2-1 Arsenal, because Liverpool bad.
I think it's going to be the other way round. I reckon it's going to be 2-1 to Liverpool. The way the Premier League goes, right, doesn't matter how well Arsenal are playing. The way the Premier League goes, I have a feeling that Liverpool are going to pick up some points in this game. I think they're just going to get it out the bag. Mo Salah
howler.
He hasn't been scoring, but I reckon he's going to. I can't see Liverpool staying where they are in the Premier League. So they need to start picking up points. I just can't. They're going to end up in the top 4.
Of course they are, but Arsenal are going to end up in the top 2.
I just think they're going to start picking up some points. So whether it means that Arsenal drop 2 points or whether they drop 3 points,
I don't think Liverpool win. I think it might be a draw. And it is away.
2-1 to
Liverpool. At home.
So we're going to say 2-1, but on the other teams. You saying Arsenal 2-1, I'm saying
Everton face Man United at home. What are you saying for that one?
I am saying that Man United is going to score 2. Everton are going to score 1, which would mean Everton are going to lose. And I reckon that Cristiano Ronaldo is going to score 2 goals in this game, and he's going to be there sticking his fingers up saying, see, you should be playing me every week. So I reckon that.
Ronaldo will come on and score, and I think Anthony will score 2 because he is such a good player. Against City, when everyone else was not playing, Anthony was having a master down the wing, getting around the likes of Kyle Walker and Cancelo. I think he's a very good player. Don't know why he joined United, because he's dumb. So I think United are gonna win 3-1 because I just don't see Everton winning this. I've got that feeling that United are going to win.
Last game of the week is Nottingham Forest versus Aston Villa.
It's going to be a boring one, I think. Even though I've gone for a 2-1 win, Aston Villa, I just think it's going to be quite a boring game. It's just one of those, I think. I think Gerrard is going to be a good manager. But the fact that he's played in these situations, like he knows all the pressure of playing against big clubs in the league. But I think that, I don't know. I just got that feeling that it's going to be a boring game. They're going to get lucky with scoring.
Right. So you're saying 2-1 to Villa?
What are you going?
I'm going 2-0 Villa. I think that Villa are going to smack 2. But I don't know. It could be a draw. I'm going to go on my gut instinct and say 2-0. So there we are. So that's week 10.
Week 10
That's the predictions for week 10. Guys, if you like what this is all about, if you're new, please like and subscribe, right?
I'm getting fun of this guy because we want to beat him, don't we?
And what we want is we want a bit of interaction from you guys as well. So please get in the comments, right? And tell us what you think the game of the week's going to be. Give us your score predictions. Join in with the fun and get involved. Like and subscribe and, have some fun with us.
And with that, that'll be the end. See ya.
Take that stupid hat off and get out of my room. Go. Cheers and gone.